Español 3, Unidad 7, Lección B, Gramática. First, let's talk about the imperfect subjunctive. So, when to use the imperfect subjunctive? The subjunctive mood is used when there are two clauses connected by K and the subject changes. So, if the main verb is in the present or future, you use the present subjunctive. For example, mi mamá quiere que estudie más. My mom wants me to study more. If the main verb is in the past, meaning the preterite or the imperfect, or the conditional, you use the imperfect subjunctive. For example, mi mamá quería que estudiara más. My mom wanted me to study more. So, how to form the imperfect subjunctive? You start with the ellos or ellas form of the preterite. For example, comieron, meaning they ate. You remove the ron and you are left with comie. So you add the endings ra, ras, ra, ramos, rice, ran, and then you are left with yo comiera, I ate, or I would eat in a subjunctive context. Tú comieras, you ate. Nosotros comiéramos, meaning we ate. Note the accent mark on that one. And then irregular verbs keep their preterite irregularity. For example, tuvieron becomes tuviera. Dijeron, dijera. Pidieron, pidiera. Some examples in context. Quería que vinieras a la fiesta. I wanted you to come to the party. Era necesario que hicieran la tarea. It was necessary that they did the homework. Sugerí que habláramos con el profesor. I suggested that we talk with the teacher. Sería bueno que durmieras más. It would be good if you slept more. You use the imperfect subjunctive when the main verb is in the past or conditional, and there's a change of subject after K. Now let's talk about the subjunctive after relative pronouns. So what are relative pronouns? Relative pronouns connect two parts of a sentence and they refer to a noun mentioned before, such as que, meaning that, which, or who, and quien or quienes, meaning who or whom, used for people of 10 after a preposition, often after a preposition. Examples: mi mamá cocina una sopa que es deliciosa. My mom cooks a soup that is delicious. Ella fue quien trajo el postre. She was the one who brought the dessert. When to use the subjunctive after relative pronouns. So you use the subjunctive after que or quien when describing something or someone that may not exist or is not known for sure. For example, busco un restaurante que sirva comida peruana. I'm looking for a restaurant that serves Peruvian food. Conozco un restaurante que sirve comida peruana. I know a restaurant that serves Peruvian food. ¿Hay alguien aquí que hable francés? Is there anyone here who speaks French? Versus no hay nadie aquí que hable francés. There's no one here who speaks French. Now let's talk about nominalization and the relative pronoun que. So what is nominalization? It means turning an adjective or phrase into a noun phrase so you don't repeat the same noun. You use the article el, la, los, or las plus an adjective to replace the noun. The article must match the gender and number of the noun. For example, el café frío es peor que el caliente. Cold coffee is worse than hot coffee. El café frío es peor que el caliente. Cold coffee is worse than the hot one. Tu ensalada es mejor que la del restaurante. Your salad is better than the restaurant's. Using lo and lo que for abstract ideas. So you use lo to talk about general or abstract ideas, not specific things. For example, lo importante es descansar. The important thing is to rest. Lo que más me gusta es el chocolate. What I like the most is chocolate. Lo mejor fue el viaje. The best thing was the trip. Using el que, la que, los que, and las que. You use these forms to refer to specific things or people already mentioned or understood. For example, quiero la que tenga menos azúcar. I want the one that has less sugar. No me gustan los que llegan tarde. I don't like the ones who arrive late. If the thing or person is not yet known or decided, you use the subjunctive. If it is known, you use the indicative. For example, compra lo que te gusta. Buy what you like. Compra lo que te guste. Buy whatever you like.